So hey everybody, this is Rev J with Rev J Rides. We just left the parking lot of East Commerce Baptist Church in Lewisburg, Tennessee. We're making our way down to a town called Lynchburg. It's kind of a touristy place. It's a real cool little town. Of course, it's most famous for Jack Daniels. We won't be trying any of that. We are going to be trying some barbecue though. These guys are part of a chapter out of Lewisburg, Tennessee from that church. The guy on the trike is my buddy Frank. Got a young man on a sport bike and his father. And another guy that's got a Harley. I believe that's an Indian that I just passed. That's Tom. And then got a guy on a Honda Goldwing. Here's an interesting old Harley. That was a nice looking one too. And up here we got the guy leading us. His name is Bill. He's the chapter director of East Commerce Baptist Church's Faith Riders chapter. I'm going to let them go back ahead of me there. Get out ahead of me so I can fall in behind. So Faith Riders is a national organization. Actually, it's international. There are some chapters in at least one other country besides the United States. Here in the United States, I believe we have some chapters in 37 states, I think. We have a total of 402 chapters. Here in Tennessee, we have over 40, I know. I believe it was 47 last I heard. But the way we do things is every chapter does their own local stuff, and then we do try to plug in and do some things together, some things across our state. We'll have a state rally, we'll have something we call Lighting the Smokies, and a couple of other things we try. Buddy ride, which is what we were planning today when we started. A buddy ride, I'll talk more about that another time. But on this day, we gathered to plan an event for our state, and then we went on a little ride, just had some fun. It's always nice to have fellowship with a brother. These are some good guys, and there's a lady here too. So guys and gals, I love my local chapter, and I love several chapters throughout our state. I know that I've done a lot of things with some other chapters, and then there's chapters all over the United States. Some I've done some things with, but I need to get out a little bit more with some of those guys. Sure is pretty out here. He's leading us through some country roads, little 2-lane roads. He told us that we would likely be in single file most of the way. I see why. There's no shoulder or anything, so real pretty, real pretty. It's kind of straight in a few places. Still pretty. There are some pretty decent curves ahead, I hear. This chapter isn't very old, actually. This chapter got started maybe a couple of years ago, I think, 2-3 years ago. They've done a real good job too. They do some work in their local town where they have this thing called a goat festival. Goat festival, you're hearing right. Goat cheese, goat milk, goat, everything you can think of, goat. But at that festival, they set up a booth and do some ministry. And they've done a really good job with that. They've inspired a lot of other people in our state and even nationwide. While I ride with these brothers, it kind of reminds me of just a brother in general. There's a verse in Proverbs, I believe it's Proverbs chapter 18. Seems like it's close to the end of the chapter, where it says, A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Of course, that's mainly talking about Jesus, but sometimes we do find friends that turn out to be closer to us than our actual blood brothers. Those kinds of friends are very important. Those kinds of friends are very helpful to any human being, any man. They're few and far between. When you find a good friend, you make sure you are a friend to that friend. There are too many people these days that don't really have our back, that seem to only care about themselves. It's sad. This is the day we live in, and there's more and more of that these days. Lots of folks just care about themselves. But with guys like this that I'm riding with today, and others, some in my local chapter, some in other chapters, we do have some friends that probably do stick closer than a brother. But ultimately, that verse is really talking about Jesus. Because it does not matter what happens. He will never leave us nor forsake us. That's a fact. So here we go. We sure are riding through some pretty countryside. In a little bit, we're going to stop in that town, Lynchburg, and eat. We're looking at a barbecue place over there. All right, we're talking to Faith riders who rode down to Lynchburg. Who's this right here?
Frank Webb, a Gold Wing, of course.
Gold Wing, all right. And who's this right here?
Stuart Gilbert.
All right.
CBR 600 RR.
We got everything around here,
Everything.
man. What's up? Who's this over here?
I'm Tom Gilbert, his dad. This is a 97 Electric Glide Harley.
Nice. All right. Let me see who we have over here. They're all ready to eat. They're not even paying attention. What's up, guys?
What you riding?
Say your name and what you're riding.
Tom Betty, Indian.
Got an Indian right here. Who's next over here? Who's next over here? Say your name and what you're riding there.
Rick Russell, Electric Glide.
All right, there we go.
The water's same blue Electric Glide right there.
There's somebody else riding that one too, right? There she is right there. Okay.
Jason Brewer, and I don't know what it is. It's just a
very cool bike. It's a Harley though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be cool, right? And then who do we have here?
Steven, Honda.
Honda Gold Wing. Nice looking bike, man. I'm sure you're comfy. So here we are. We're going in to eat the Barrel House Barbecue in Lynchburg. So here we are on the inside of Barrel House Barbecue. Is that the name of it? Barrel House Barbecue. What's your name again?
Brandy.
This is where we're sitting. We're sitting at the counter. It's pretty cool. We got a little countertop there. Look at them. They're all lined up here, ready to eat. I guess I should say something about the dollar bills hanging all over the place. I guess that's a tradition too. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look. Go. So here we are. We're about to eat. What's the name of this place?
Barrel House Barbecue.
Barrel House Barbecue. And what's your name?
Bethany.
Bethany. Hey, Bethany's waiting on us today. What do you recommend, Bethany? What's
The
the
grilled
best?
cheese on crack.
Woo! Grilled cheese on crack. Okay, that's what I hear he's getting. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, here we go. So we did have a really good lunch there. I would recommend that place to anybody who goes to Lynchburg. Hey, make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. That subscribe sure would help me. I would appreciate it. God bless and have a great day, okay?